Today, we're diving into a fintech that totally flipped the script on what a bank can be. We're talking about Nickel and the wild idea of putting a bank account right inside your local corner shop.
I mean, seriously, think about that. Can you actually open a fully functional bank account in the same amount of time it takes to grab a coffee? With all the paperwork, the credit checks, the waiting, it just sounds impossible, right?
Well, it turns out you can. With Nickel, the answer is a simple, straightforward yes. They built their entire company around this one promise, a payment account that you can open at your local newsstand or tobacconist. No fuss, no waiting.
Okay, so let's get into what this actually means. Because this whole 5-minute idea, it's really the heart and soul of what makes Nickel so disruptive. It's all about speed, access, and just plain simplicity.
Think about how game-changing this is. You literally walk into a shop, go through a quick process, and you walk out with a MasterCard, your official bank details, which in France they call a RIB, and an account that's ready to go. Instantly. You're not waiting days for a card in the mail. It's immediate financial access, right there and then.
But here's the thing. This was never just about making banking faster for people who already have accounts. No, there's a much deeper mission going on here, and it's all about financial inclusion.
And this number, wow, this number really tells the story. We're talking about a service open to people from over 198 nationalities. This is absolutely huge for immigrants, for students, for anyone who's just moved to a new country and is trying to get on their feet. For them, a traditional bank can be a wall of red tape. Nickel is an open door.
And to really get why Nickel is so important, you have to understand this one French term, interdit bancaire. It's basically a status that means you've hit some financial trouble. And because of that, traditional banks can just lock you out. You're cut off. Nickel was literally designed for these people.
So you see who they're building for, right? It's for the people who got left behind, the financially fragile, immigrants needing a foothold, people who are just sick and tired of surprise fees, and even kids as young as 12 getting their first account. The key here? No income requirements. None. So the big question is, how on earth do they do this? How can they offer something so open and so cheap? Well, it all comes down to their absolutely brilliant no-branch business model.
Just look at this side by side. On one hand, you've got traditional banks with their massive, expensive marble branches and huge overheads, which, you guessed it, you end up paying for. Nickel just threw all of that out the window. Instead of branches, they use a network of thousands of local shops. Their points Nickel. This slashes their costs and lets them have a super simple, transparent fee.
And here's how they stay in business. It's not some big secret, it's a mix of really simple, honest revenue streams. There's a small, flat annual fee, tiny fees for things like depositing cash, and of course, they get that little slice from the merchant every time you swipe your card. That's the interchange fee. It's a model built on serving millions of people affordably, not on squeezing a few people with hidden charges.
Okay, but to make all of this happen, to serve millions of customers instantly across thousands of shops, you need some serious horsepower under the hood. You need a powerful tech engine. Now, you don't have to be a tech genius to see why this is so smart. Think of microservices like Lego bricks. They can just add new bricks to build new features instead of rebuilding the whole castle every time. Java and Scala are the powerful engines inside those bricks, making everything happen in real time. Kafka, that's like a lightning-fast data pipeline, zipping millions of transactions around instantly. And Kubernetes is the master conductor, making sure the entire orchestra is playing in perfect harmony at a massive scale. It's all built for speed and reliability.
So when you put it all together, that social mission, that clever business model, and that killer tech, what do you get? You get an incredible success story. You get a French startup that grew into a European banking giant.
Just look at this journey. They launched in 2014, and by 2017, they were so successful that one of the biggest banks in the world, BNP Paribas, bought them. But that didn't slow them down. It was like pouring rocket fuel on the fire. They took that momentum and expanded all across Europe, Spain, Germany, you name it.
And the numbers in France alone are just staggering. Over 4 million customers, and they're served by a network of over 8,000 local shops. Get this, that's more physical locations than many of the old-school banks have branches. And this quote just says it all. The very banking establishment they were disrupting recognized how powerful their model was. BNP Paribas didn't just buy a fintech company, they bought a whole new way of thinking about banking, a model built for inclusion. It was the ultimate validation.
So what Nickel proved is that you can have a powerful social mission and still be a wildly successful fintech.
They showed banking doesn't have to be complicated, or exclusive, or intimidating, which leaves us with one big question to chew on. If they could completely reinvent something as old as banking, what other industry is just sitting there, waiting for its own revolution?